Coach, I know you got several guys playing well, but what's Deshaun been doing the last couple of weeks, and especially on Saturday, to kind of see things better and get the production he's getting?
I think he just got in his groove early in that game on Saturday. You saw him get hot early on in that first drive, in the same situation in that second drive. I think he got really, really comfortable early on, and then he did a really good job of just being patient and allowing the game to come to him, and you just saw him progress as the game went along, that he felt really, really good.
Overall with your group, how patient do you think they have been? Has that been a point of emphasis you've been talking to them about in terms of setting up blocks, not patience in terms of reps, but in terms of patience on the field?
Yeah, that's one of those deals we constantly talk about. I think they've gotten better as the season went along because early on you could see them kind of rushing a couple things and outrunning their blocks a little bit, but as the season went along, they've gotten really good and better at it. Still got to continue to work on that. That's just as a running back, naturally, sometimes you want to outrun your blocks. You got to understand you got to slow it down at times to allow things to be able to set up. And our job is to bring the linebackers and defensive linemen to the offensive linemen. So they've done a better job of that in the second half of the season so far, so we just got to keep it going.
Coach, how is Peyton Lewis kind of, or how did he stay ready for his opportunity the other night? Deshaun goes out and he comes in and kind of finishes off the game there. What has he done to sort of keep himself locked in and be able to go out there and play like he did?
Same deal he always does. He's prepared. Like, all those guys do a really good job from a preparation standpoint, but he stayed in tune. He stayed locked in. You know, I think a lot of times what helps is sometimes you get to see the game, how it's being played out until you get your series in the game. And then you kind of understand how they're playing, how they're trying to fit the run. He just did a really good job of staying locked in. His preparation has always been good throughout the week. And then once he got in the game, it was like, okay, this is just like it's always been. And he got in his rhythm and he got in his groove and did a really good job of closing the game out.
Peyton obviously did a lot of short yardage stuff when he came in there, which is what you guys needed. What makes him? Is it just strength? Is that what makes him good at that? Those two short touchdowns, the one at the end to seal it. What is that? Just strength that makes him good at short yardage?
I think you look at overall, like, you know, he's a hard guy to get wrapped up. Because of his frame and how low he runs. Now, we all got to continue to run lower to the ground. And then you saw it on the first touchdown, that lower body strength that he has with him. He goes in there and he's flattening the run off, and he's got guys in there hanging on him, and he's got that second effort. He does a really good job from a second effort standpoint of being able to strain and find a way to get it across the goal line.
Where's kind of Star at right now? Is it just not – he's just not been as hot the last couple of weeks compared to the first couple of weeks? When you kind of look at what he's done, what are you seeing out of his game? Is there an area that you would like to see him maybe improve or do some things differently?
Yeah, I think it's just overall just being more patient. You know what I'm saying? Just allowing it to set itself up. A couple times, like, it's some things that he can't control, you know what I'm saying, from the game standpoint. But the things that he can control on his end, make sure his eyes are in the correct spot and just being more patient. It's nothing that he's doing wrong. I just think, man, going back to, man, if stuff gets cloudy for me a little bit, just allowing it to work itself out and allowing myself to be more patient with my eyes.
In a situation like Saturday where Deshaun's in the game, Peyton's on the sideline, what is it that you want Peyton looking for specifically in the game that he can just kind of hop in if he's needed, or any other guy when they hop in that they're just ready to go and ready to pick up? What do you want them looking for?
Yeah, so with those guys, like, they do a really good job of staying at my hip throughout, you know, the drives in the series, and they point out stuff that we talked about during the week, that they're seeing it as the game's progressing. I'm seeing how the defense is playing, seeing the different type, because we understand we're going to get a lot of different structures week to week as teams try to play us defensively. And then the biggest deal is, how are they fitting the run? You know, are they fitting it in from the top down? Or are they fitting it hard from a linebacker second level standpoint? And then now they're able to give pointers to those guys that are coming off the sideline. Same situation in blitz pickup. You know, little tips and giveaways that defenses are giving to be able to help each other out. So those are the things they do a really good job of. Mm-hmm. He's the biggest deal is he's delivering the blocks to Yoel, and then his vision is taking over. You know, he's doing a really good job. He's having to break a tackle, you know what I'm saying, which all running backs do, but he's allowing his vision to be able to take over once he sets those blocks up. And then he's doing a really good job. Like, the one before half, to where he pops that one, like, you see the patience and then you see the acceleration. That's the thing that I think with him, he's done a really good job of growing it. Good. Appreciate you.